Origins. The point or place where something begins. The origin is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing when writing a character. You think characters like Batman, Spider-Man, and The Wall would be as impactful as they are now without a good origin story? You know, maybe not The Wall. I don't think we needed to hear that. Usually origins are the first episode in something. Demon Slayer, your sister's a demon now? Origin. You're a demon now? Origin. Your parents died in the attack of the Nine-Tails attack and now you're the Nine-Tails itself and a demon? Origin. Or sometimes like the first series in a comic, but the comics are all over the place. They usually like to tell the origins 30 chapters after. But I'm not here for none of that. I've been looking into some of these origins and these are just trash. So one perfect example of a terrible origin story is Black Manta. So Black Manta was just an ordinary boy, nothing out the ordinary. Born and raised in Maryland. And just like every other kid, he liked to have fun. He would usually play by the bay, even though it looked like he's actually mopping here, but whatever. But just like all origins, tragedy was struck. Kidnapped by sailors. Really pirates, but these literally just look like two normal dudes, so. Abused them and everything. And the endless sea, nothing but sea, is all he ever saw after that day. Then you know, one day, he saw Aquaman. Aquaman was just playing with the dolphins, having fun. You know, having fun swimming with the dolphins and all. So he called for help. But Aquaman was too busy swimming with the dolphins, getting his daily backstrokes in with the water. You know, Aquaman was just going on his daily swim. No need to be a hero 24/7. I understand it. And since Aquaman never heard him, he was never saved. So realizing he had to fend for himself, he snaps and he just straight up offs the people who kidnapped him. And now you're probably thinking, you know, he escaped. He got to go home, back to the family, live happily ever after. He did what he had to do to escape the ship and nobody's blaming him. But no. Instead, this man decides to become an evil tyrant, kills his son, and tries to take over the Sea of Atlantis. Like, come on, bro. You're not making us look good here. But he's basically the killmonger of the ocean. Like, this is such a dumb reason, bro. Like, you can't, this level of petty is crazy. This is basically how it played out. Aquaman, please save me. Please save me. Such a nice swim today. You know, it feels good to not always be saving people in the sea. Who knows what atrocities happen underwater? You know, I really could be out here on feet, but, you know, the worst of crimes happen in the ocean. You know how my day goes. Aquaman, you don't see me? Oh yeah, he gotta die. I gotta do more than death. His whole lineage gotta go.
Fighting is like water. It doesn't punch, but it can wear you down.
I kid you not, that's not even over exaggerated. That's the main reason he hates Aquaman. There's also another backstory where he's autistic and he only finds comfort in cold water. Ironic. And for some reason he hates bedsheet covers. Yeah, I'm not even gonna waste my time going over that one. Yeah, you're just gonna have to read that one yourself. And speaking on petty characters, we're gonna go over a character that's even more petty, more foul, and with an origin that this man doesn't even need an origin, actually. He's literally just evil for being evil. I'm not even joking. So the 25th century, where Reverse Flash was born, real name Earbon Thong. I'm not calling him that. I'm referring to him as Reverse Flash. And basically, he was born into a perfect world, I guess, where there are no mistakes and like everything's perfect. Even his birth was perfect. Parents basically created him. I know that sounds stupid, but you're gonna have to follow along with me. And basically, since he was the only child, talked to no one basically, his parents said, oh, well, let's just give him a brother. Let's just buy the games again. Boy, was that a bad idea. So then as the years goes on, he decided to try to get a job at the Flash Museum. Being rejected left him outraged, but you know, since he's already a genius, he just decided to learn it on his own. By the way, this man was obsessed with the Speed Force, so he was gonna learn it regardless of getting that job or not. But doing research outside the Flash Museum about the Speed Force is illegal. I don't know why it's illegal, but I think I know why, because look at what they created. So when doing such illegal things, consequences appear. So a cop shows up to arrest him, who happens to be his brother, his little brother. That does not look like his little brother, but he comes to arrest him. And the Reverse Flash actually responds appropriately. You know, he did something illegal, so he gotta do the time, right? My man just straight up erases his brother from the timeline, bro. You can't make this up. So now being an only child because of such tragic events, and now he can dedicate all his time to researching the Flash Museum and the Speed Force. Then tragedy struck once again. It seems like someone beat him to the secrets of the Speed Force. But I think we all know why that is. You don't gotta look at this man twice to tell how he got that information. But just like how he solved all his problems, What do you think he decided to do? If you say erase him from the timeline, you would be wrong actually. He actually took the loss pretty well. Shook his hand and everything. So, you know, he asked him a couple questions about the Speed Force. He didn't want to give that up. And then he erased him from the timeline. So, I guess it all ended the same. So now the new professor of the Flash Museum, he later just decided to spend all his time trying to tap into the Speed Force. He failed, obviously. And during these intense research sessions, his parents actually decided to get worried about him. They even tried to guilt trip him, talking about the Flash was never real. Like, okay, that's kind of crazy. How you gonna guilt trip your mans like that? But I don't blame him. He was borderline obsessed. So you know how he handles his problems. Let's just erase them from existence too. Woo! How is this an origin story? This dude is literally just crazy. And then he falls in love. But the girl he falls in love with has a fiance. So he erases him from existence. But she still wasn't trying to get with my mans. That dude was chopped. I can't even blame her. So I'm guessing you can guess what he did to her after. He actually didn't decide to erase her from existence. He just decided to shake her so fast that it left her brain dead. So he said, if he can't have her, no one can. That is a great act of violence. Yeah. Then I kid you not, a capsule comes falling out the sky. He finds the Flash's clothing, tests it, and does an experiment and taps into the Speed Force. Then he basically just becomes the Flash of his timeline, doing great and generous acts for people in need. Now you're probably wondering, how does he become the Reverse Flash? Well, he traveled back in time, got beat up by Wally West. I don't exactly know why he beat him up, but this is Reverse Flash we're talking about. So we definitely know he did something foul. Realizes he's supposed to be the enemy of Flash, or the arch nemesis, and then yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Just becomes Reverse Flash from there on. No strong motive, no Flash did me dirty, no, yeah, that's literally it. I was supposed to be your enemy, so I'm your enemy. That's it. Moving on, so we have Shazam. Now we're talking about a superhero who saves people. Hope he has a good story. So it goes like this. When Shazam was a kid, he was just selling newspapers. He was an orphan. I'm pretty sure he didn't have parents. Until a dark cloaked man walks up beside him. He says, follow me. Shazam's like, okay. So he follows the man into a creepy dark hallway, a bunch of freaky looking things on the wall, and meets an old man. And the stranger that told him to follow me, he's gone. I don't know who that was, but he's gone. This man could have got kidnapped, trafficked, anything. I don't know where his adopted parents are, or anybody. Where are the guardians at? We're not asking no questions. He meets this old man, and basically the old guy says, hey kid, you want some powers? And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was in his shoes just now, I mean, probably I wouldn't follow a stranger. But if I was right there, I'm saying yes. So he says yes, and then, yeah, boom, he's Shazam. That shit was so lame. 4 out of 10 days. Then there's Dr. Doofenshmirtz's origin. Oh my god, I don't think you guys are ready to hear this. It is quite tragic, but so bad. These combined stories get a combination of a rating 5 out of 10 discs.
Well, you're gonna have to dip the fuck out. Cool with me, bitch ass nigga.
Be like mine, all like me. Be like God. She like Gotti. Man, I need it. You taste like water. All I need it. Come get your daughter.